Hey there music lovers, welcome back to my channel Print Design. Today we have something exciting in store for you. We'll be diving into the world of music flyer design and creating a flyer that captures the essence of your favorite tune. So let's jump right into it. Before we get started, let's talk about the importance of a well-designed music flyer. A flyer is like a musical calling card. It grabs attention, creates a buzz, and entices people to come and experience the magic of your event. Whether you're planning a concert, a music festival, a visually appealing music flyer can make all the difference. Let's take a look at this incredible music flyer. It speaks volume about the event, the energy, and the artist's unique style. Today I'll guide you through the process of creating your own captivating music flyer. Step 1. Every flyer needs a theme that captures the essence of the music and the event. Are you going for a vintage vibe, a modern look, or something edgy and bold? Once you've decided, it's time to move on to the next step. Step 2. Choosing the right color palette and typography. Colors evoke emotion, so it's important to select hues that resonate with the music and the atmosphere you want to create. And don't forget about typography. Fonts play a major role in conveying the genre and mood of the event. Step 3 is the part where we dive into the design itself. I'll walk you through the various design and tools and techniques to create eye-catchy visuals. We will explore layout composition, imagery, and graphic elements that will make your flyer stand out from the crowd. Let's dive right in. The first thing I did was go to File, create a new document. I'm working in pixels, 2000 for the width, the height 2000, and the resolution 300. We'll discuss about rulers and why we import them into our scene severally. You can check our previous videos to see why we import rulers. Turn left and right on the 4 sides. You can always import the rulers while holding shift so as to be precise. The next thing I did was just to create my folders for adjustments. These groups are going to help me to be more organized. And you can always rename them, you can always use any name of your choice. So I'm going to type the image, layer, the text, background. Last layer is the background layer. So inside the text layer, I'm going to start importing my text. The first text is the name of the artist. As you can see, the design has several typography, and at this stage you don't need to worry about the placement of your typography. What you need to worry about is the font choices. I'm going to use a font called Ruligos for this. Name Tine. And secondly, I'm going to use another font called Montserrat. I just duplicate what I did is I just duplicate the font by using the command Alt-Z. You can always duplicate with the command Alt-Z. And there you go, I have it. So I'm just going to scale it down. I have to make sure that it's visible. And it's always important that when you use a font like the Montserrat, you always navigate. You can see that we have several options. You can always move from black, medium, black, bold, extra large. So we have different fonts options that you can always choose from while using the same font. This is just a trick you use to play to have the best out of your typography. So I'm just going to scale this down a little bit. I'm using the command Alt-Z to duplicate. I'm going to type date and the contact of the event. I'm going to reduce the size, reduce the indentation. Now you can see everything coming out perfectly. I'm just going to increase this a bit so it becomes really bold. So I'm going to type the entry price for the entry, and you can see that the line height is too wide, so I have to reduce the line height. Once you're satisfied with it, you just need to copy the left side and free black button. Awesome. Now I have to make this T a little bit bigger, so I have to select just the T and increase the font size of that T so it becomes bigger than the rest. The next thing I did was just to put another text. Then I have to type in love. The word love is a big caption right behind the artist. So that's the name of this album. The name of this album. So I have to type it right behind the artist. It's called Love Soul. So I have to type Love Soul. I'm just playing with my folder to make sure that everything is perfectly where it should be. So I have to copy and place them inside the text folder, inside the text background folder. Initially they were not inside the text background folder, so I just did copy them inside the text background folder. The next thing I'm doing now is just scaling, making sure that I'm having the right fonts, the right size, and the right way they're supposed to be. As you can see, I'm navigating to black for it to be more bolder. So I'm going to rotate this font a little bit. You can always rotate to any degrees, 20, 30. So perfect. Right now, you don't need to start worrying about effects, worried about typography. So after my typography, now I have to import my image of design. I just need to fetch the image I want to use. So I'm just going to drop the image, and the background of the image, I'm just going to select subject. Make sure that I use the quick selection tool. I'm going to brush a little bit just to deselect these areas. It's perfect. So now I just carry it and drop. What I did there was just go to selection, take my select subject. After the select subject, select the subject for me. Photoshop is very sensitive when it comes to picking backgrounds. So right now I have to place my image inside my image folder and make sure it's perfectly aligned. Now after that, I have to start importing my background. You can see. So I'm changing the background to linear dash art. For the black background, the first one I did imported. So I'm just going to pick that color, create a rectangle with the same color. Now you can see that we have that rectangle there, and what I have to do is just to use my gradient overlay. You can use 3 more colors. I'm going to change into razzia because I want it to be only at the center. You can always play with these values and see the results and see what they give you. But I'm going to take razzia. So I'm just going to work on that color a little bit. It's not bright, but then it's important that you stay with the same shade of the design, which is brown. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. There you go. So now I'm going to change the color of the tine to white. So inside elements, I have to start importing my elements like the fire. You can look on the definer design, we have a fire. So I'm just going to mask this fire, and I'm going to brush exactly where I want it to be visible. I don't want all the parts of the fires to be visible. You can see I'm erasing some with my black, and I'm using white to reveal. I mean, we have done this several times. I think by now you should get it. So I'm going to use my brush. I'll just put a light layer. I decide I take white and brush white. So just my light elements, I have my white. Okay, now I'm going to create a layer for the chain, and I drop in the chain. You can see there's a chain just right above the image. Then I'm going to create another one for the shadow. I'm going to use my white brush and I brush my shadows. So I fit my image into the background. It's a very easy technique. So you're just creating layers. And why are you creating layers? You are creating layers so should in case discover that there's any error or you want it back, you just need to delete those layers and then it takes you back. So I'm creating a layer for the smoke and I'm using my brush. And I'm not using any custom brush, I'm using default Photoshop brushes. Okay, I'm using default Photoshop brushes just to brush around. You can see everything coming right together. So I'm just patiently brushing. And inside the light folder, I'm going to create another layer. I'm going to call it flare. And I'm going to brush it with black. Just increase the size a little bit. I'm going to create another layer called inside the same flare layer. What I did is that I'm just change the color to like red and I'm brushing. So I have something like fire. These are the details of the design. This is what makes your design to stand out. I've just changed the blending mode of the flare layer to screen. Inside the light folder, I'm going to create my glue layer. And then I'm going to brush sparkle of yellow. So I'm just dropping yellow there, just reduce the size a little bit. You can always repeat the process until you get exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to change it to blending mode. So I'm just going to repeat this text, the name of the label, which is One Record Label Presents. One Record Label Presents. I'm going to change the text to medium. Just the presents to medium. The rest, the one record is in bold. Oh no, I mistakenly deleted that, so I'm going to type it again. I'm going to type One Record Label Presents. So I'm going to repeat the process. Everything is white. The present is medium. And then the One Record Label is bold. There we go. The next thing I have to work on the background text. I just have to give it a stroke. And the stroke, I'm going to give it a size of about 9. I'm going to change it to outside. I'm going to give it a gradient. The fill type should be gradient. I'm going to give it the same gradient scheme that I've been using all along. What I did here is just to play with the gradient and rotate the gradient so it becomes shiny kind of glossy gradient. Then I'm going to give it a pattern overlay. And I'm going to import the pattern. I have a pattern that I downloaded, so this is a text pattern that I'm using. So I just select the pattern and there you go, you have the pattern. You can always increase and reduce the scale of that pattern to have exactly what you want. The rotation, you can see how easy it is. So what I'm showing you guys is a technique that I come up with this design. You can always use these techniques to achieve your own preferable design. So come out with something unique of your choice. So I'm just making sure that this is perfectly where it should be. So you can always play with this color behind and make sure that it becomes really shiny. So once you're satisfied with this grading for the loft, all you need to do is just to copy the effect. Copy the effect is very easy. You just right click. Make sure that you select your text, the text itself, text in the layers panel. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to duplicate. So I have the same size. I'm just going to duplicate the loft with Alt Z. You can simply use Alt Z under this layers panel. All you do is that you rotate. So you just type so there. So now everything is perfectly what I want. So you can see everything taking its shape, guys. Now you just have to visualize, look at the design, make sure that everything is exactly what you want. Once you are comfortable with the design, you can now save. You can add some lighting effects, you can add some extra retouching, composition, post-processing effects. The last thing I did was just to import this shape. So here I use a text swap by maintaining its smart object. So here I have to make sure that everything inside the shape is editable. So I created a smart object, import my shapes, created my rectangle. It's a stroke, a type, producer, duplicate the DJ, and the date. So after that, all I did was just to save. Once you're okay with this, you just need to save this smart object inside a different layer. So you just need to go inside your main working window, and under filter you take the distort, then you take the wave. Under the wave you can play with the number of generators, you can play with the wavelength, and there you go, you have something like that. After that you can see that everything appears. See, it's a smart object. This is a very easy technique and everything is smart, so you can always change the DJ, you can always change the music and then the date. And there you have it, a stunning music flyer ready to captivate your audience. Remember, creativity is key, so don't be afraid to experiment and let your unique style shine through. I hope you enjoyed this journey into music flyer design. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more exciting design tutorials. If you have any questions or you want to share your own flyer creations, please leave a comment below. Stay tuned for more inspiring content. Until next time, keep the music alive.